on this station for retirement matter on Fridays by 5 to 5:30 p.m.
Retirement matter, na him we dey talk.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, you without busting again for retirement matter. This time the program where the men will be say yes, so and the other type person say I mean a blind man say ready for, or the tell blind man say war don't start, or the tell blind man say saw two full soup, and that be that all they talk now. There plenty we just want to know say that they tuned in every 5 o'clock to 5:30. This now the program where they call retirement matter, and of course we know say this one they brought to you by Inspend Media and National Pension Commission for Inside the Matter.
And of course. Like we will talk, the usual suspects are inside the building. Chief Okonta is right here. Chief. No carry that kind of mean up at Chief John.
You know that's the name strong.
You understand?
I'm not lying.
It is inside the building, but of course we'll discuss on to him. Say they very crucial today. Apart from that, yes, Oga Zonal Head, Southwest Zonal Office, National Pension Commission served inside the building, and I'm Mr. Babatunde Phillips. Just dressed down business today in a public holiday. So
just down, no. You know, saying as for maybe now those quick club they go. No, dress down.
To retire for the day.
You understand? For what? They go discuss business against tomorrow. We thank God. Yeah, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
And of course, as it be right now, so yes, we don't tell you about our guest, and I'm the Zonal Head of the Southwest Zonal Office, National Pension Commission, and I want to Babatunde Phillips. And of course, today we'll discuss how PenCom they handle employers when they contribute, remit employees pension contribution.
Wow, this one be saying how PenCom they handle them. Hey you, Fabia, you don't pay your pension people. Come here, for the matter. Anyway, I'm not going to lie, now we'll not get news update today because we got to say we won't delve straight into the arrangement. I use Gote beg you, not think too much. Whether you there for in the abroad, whether you there for Jos, whether you there for Calabar, call us now 0700 1000 102. I will call the number again 0700 1000 102, and of course the other number now 081 82 1207 34. Don't forget say yes if you get any other question we want ask now 090. That one are based on our WhatsApp. No column, 09082 858887. But don't forget, say today with a deal. When I just give us 1 minute, make a Oga actually break the ice. How PenCom they handle, or how PenCom, I go like put it like this, they deal employers when no they contribute or even they remit that not to pay in employees pension contribution. Now then the Yawa won't start for the matter. Oga Babatunde Phillips, you are welcome. Tell them.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. I think before I answer that question, it's important for me to let us talk about the objective of this pension reform, what is called contribution scheme. You see, under this dispensation of the CPS, that is contribution scheme, every worker is able to receive his benefit as and when due. When it's as and when, meaning that your savings, which is your savings account, the money meant for you must be in that account timely. Timeliness is very much of essence as they talk for real Oyinbo grammar. Time is key because the money supposed to be in that account and supposed to be yielding what is called income, which is called return on investment. Any failure for that money not to be there timely, the contributor loses a great deal. That's the reason why the commission came out in our law. The law under our pension reform says that within 7 days of payment of salary, employer must remit the contribution of every employee into the retirement savings account. Failure which sanctions will come in. I will talk about what those sanctions are. Will come in. And so to that extent, that is one of the main objectives of the scheme. And we don't play at the idea of employer dilly-dallying on payment of benefits. So that is it. That's it on one part. Fine. Normally, usually we have what is called recovery agents. The commission licensed recovery agents who are charged with the responsibility of making sure that they approach every defaulting employer. What we do is that if as an employee, your employer fail to remit your what is due to you as and when due within that stipulated period, feel free to report your employer to National Pension Commission anonymously if you don't want to mention him. You are not obliged to say and you put your name. You report your employer. That is number one. You have to engage your employer with concerning that. PenCom will now engage your employer. We engage your employer by writing to your employer, requesting for them to explain the reason why they have not
be contributing to your employees' pension.
To pension to the RSA. In some cases, we also issue warnings to the employers.
And I will draw ear for them.
Warnings and also do a kind of a monetary penalty. What is monetary penalty? For every day that you delay remitting, employers are able to pay 2% minimum
of the total
of the amount unpaid into the RSA, compounded. I have a case of somebody who approached me at the Zonal office who said that is the Naimbi lawyer for a company that PenCom, after the recovery agent went there, the company was owing the employer contribution 22 million. The penalty na 19 million. After they paid the actual face value of the money, 22 million, it now came to say, well, I beg, please, that 19 million penalty, can you waive it? I called Abuja. Abuja say, never.
Hey.
You cannot waive, because what people are supposed to be in that RSA, you have denied them. In fact, the 2% we are charging is even lower than what they would have enjoyed if the money is in the RSA with the PFA.
What do they talk now? They say the guy paid 22 million, that now for the side.
For the side.
The one with the want to take Popo and 19.
Last cobble. Let me give you some facts now. We have taken 120 organizations to court. 120 to court. And we have had cases decided in favor of the commission for 63. We have 57 employers still awaiting court judgment.
Awaiting trial.
And I can tell, awaiting trial. Now, and presently, we have recovered 16 billion.
Wow.
Billion or not, 15 billion as recoveries
not
from
the paper owner. The one don't collect.
We don't collect. The one we see, so to tell you that we religiously followed up this exercise and we don't joke with it, because the essence of this scheme is for the worker. The worker's interest is paramount. And under any condition do we allow any employer to just take advantage of the employees by on their own volition say they want to move money on their own as well as their
violation. Like that.
We don't take
it. Everything. We don't take that. Never. Okay, but no, I like all those guys. You know, say well, English matter not there. Money matter, English they come out straight to. We talk away now. For this our title, how pension they handle employers when no day. Now two things now. Contribute now different thing. Remit now different thing. Now when we talk about contribute, that means say now you see they tell people, we say if they do more than 3 for paid employment and they know they get their pension. Their pension arrangement for contribution, that means say the employer know they pay their pension, or rather he never grab them enter inside the pension scheme. Then one then remit, not be say the employer never get to the pay the pension of with all those people's salary, but he know they remit the money. So now two things with that. So now I want me to talk that, because that it always suit me. Say whether or not the same people they handle them. When an employer no actually they collect contribution at all, and the people they know say that they are right, what do they do?
I just talk about. You see, the question of contribution and remittance, they call this synonymous.
Okay, fine. The two of them they together for the matter.
For as long as the money has not left, have not hit the RSA. Retirement savings
that one are for remittance.
Not for remittance.
Not for contribution.
No, contribution is the same. It's the same. Contribution, monthly contribution. That is employer will take 10%.
Okay, is it possible that for all the pension money we employer they collect for the last 6 months, if it be say they never remit and give you now?
I talk and say 7 days now be the maximum.
But if they never do them, not be default. Default.
God bless you, my brother. That is the word. You don't get the language.
But what of the ones who know even they collect, they do salary, this thing, not be different thing with that.
Once you have 3 or more
employees,
it's mandatory.
Okay.
That you must remit. You must remit their contribution into the RS. Contribution, what we talk about, employer and employee contribution, must be remitted into the term savings account of every worker. Failing within 7 days of salary pay, failing which the hammer of default, like you already mentioned, will come in. So it is mandatory for everybody. Once you have 3 3 or more in your payroll. Let me give you an example. Part of what the commission does, we even went as far. You have the government agents who we carry out on-site review of the books of most employers of labor. When the employer must have reported, we do that. Fine. Even to also buttress the position of the commission regarding our adherence to that objective of ensuring that employers are not allowed to take advantage. You see, even if you want to collect government contracts, that's what is called compliance certificate. A lot of people will know. For you to get contract from government, you must be compliant. You must comply by show evidence of what is called compliance certificate. That compliance certificate has conditions under which you can collect
like
it.
Pension,
remittance is number one. Even group life insurance. Maybe one of these days, group life insurance. You must insure your workers.
I understand. We're not going to get time. I don't say what you want to talk about seminar to do. But what I want to talk about, I see the under this remittance. How employees go take no, say employer the default. Why? Because now between employer and PenCom, now they're going to say yawa don't they? But the employees probably no say they're going to give them alert. Probably no say they get the right to ask for who their ROSA be. Probably no say they need to write to a statement of account.
Okay. God bless you, my brother. By right. Once employers are at liberty to open RSA with PFA of their choice, and the PFA is also bound to give you statement of account maximum quarterly.
That's every 3 months.
Every 3 months collect, and a lot of PFAs even devise some other arrangements, innovations by way of alert. I receive monthly alert of my pensions. Once remittance goes, some PFAs will give you alert. You can collect statement of account every 3 months, but alert. So the moment you don't, it's just like, how do you know that employer did not pay your salary? Let me ask that question. Because you know when you collect your salary.
So that was your gas for this time.
In the same vein, if you have savings account and after you collect the salary within that stipulated period, you did not get any
alert,
and you followed up, fine, you report. So the point is that for you, the individual, you have to pay attention to anything that has to do with monetary inflow into your position. You must be on the lookout for it.
Thank you very much. I want to take this number then down, 0700 1102. Call us now. Another number to take, call us now, 08182120734. Call us too. Then this other one won't give you no call, my beg. This one our WhatsApp, because if you do many questions for there, 090 82858887. With the entire small market, what will come back? I been one of the fire down because Babatunde Phillips here, he go answer on for inside the matter as they are.
My guy, the way your eye dey shine today so e be like say your office don dash you small money o.
E pass that level o. My state just put hand for the contributory pension scheme or CPS so Pepe go rest after I retire.
Guy, talk true.
Yes now, this CPS when National Pension Commission PenCom dey supervise go give you a bonge pension plan where you and your office go dey pay small contribution to.
You sure?
Well.
But I hear say story dey always enter this kind matter once you don stop work now.
No be so again o, because with CPS your money dey enter straight to your retirement savings account and a pension fund administrator when you choose by yourself go run am for you so story no go enter for front.
Correct.
Yes so, and now you get your retirement savings account for life even if you use I find another work.
Sharp guy, you no dey carry last at all.
And with the contributory pension scheme, you suppose be sharp well like me.
I go like check if my state don join this kind matter o.
No shaking for that one. Just carry yourself online, go check
www.pencom.gov.ng.
Sharply, I don't come back for inside the matter. Make it for no loss, make it for no cost quarrel. May not be like say swag, but key monkey or monkey shoot bed, mama fly. For inside the matter, we see there for inside retirement matter. And I'm not gonna lie you, some people don't interest in our WhatsApp. Oga Chuk say Okunta Day, and of course we get our Oga from the Zonal head, Southwest Zonal Office for National Pension Commission, and Mr. Babatunde Phillips. Our WhatsApp day above about 1 or 2 arrangement. But don't forget say today with the ask say PenCom they take handle employers we know they contribute or remit employers' pension contribution. And of course, somebody asked question. He said, listen, Oga. They say my appointment was terminated last week Friday after working for 3 years. How do I assess my pension? My PFA is so and so bank. And of course, But that one would they go inside the matter now? That one. He said, good evening. I hear the man from inside the studio. He said, is it compulsory for every employers to register their employees for pension and gratuity? This one Usman from Ibute Meta. Two sharp question, boss.
Yeah, let me start from the last one. He said, is it compulsory for
employers to register their employees for pension and gratuity?
Once we are more than 3 in that organization, it is mandatory for the employer to be compliant. When I say compliant, for the employer to ask all of you working to go and open retirement savings account with PFA of your choice and remit into it on a monthly basis. That's your own. Then the one on the appointment, I asked 2 questions. The first question is that you were terminated 3 years. You worked for the past 3 years. You were terminated. Is your employer remitting while you were working? I need to know that. If he's remitting while you are working, fine, very good. That remittance is being made to your RSA. The law, if you are under 50 years of age, the law allows you, after you must have stayed after a job for 4 months, to approach your employer, to approach your PFA to collect 25% of your retirement savings. What is the RSA account? Collect it. What that one does is to tide you over, paying the time you get another job, that the new employer comes in, start contributing. So approach your PFA after 4 months with evidence of disengagement or termination, as the case may be. Go to them. But if you are above 50 and you are interested in receiving pension, once you give them the necessary papers, they will put you on pension based on what is in your RSA in accordance with terms of benefit calculation under the Remit. I think that is
this guy like just last Friday, the guy either the shook for that money.
He go just wait for 4 months. Not be bank account to the pension account. If I may try to look for another one because that's the essence. May try to look for another one.
Somebody try to reach us now. Hello, good evening. Would have lost that one.
The guy they look for that money badly. Say how do I assess?
Okay, 0700 1010 tonight. The number to call. Somebody there for a line. Hello, good evening. Who did here?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Nafumi. I want to ask you.
Your name Nafumi?
Yes.
Where you call from?
Calling from Lagos.
Okay. Then Fumi, what you be
to ask Mr. Phillips a question. I've been there work for one organization. I don't work there now for almost 10 years.
Okay.
And they know they remit my pension and they collect it every month.
Wow.
Waiting a figure.
Do they remit? I mean, they pay your pension, Abi?
They deduct
your pension.
They know they remit.
That's it. I don't talk am. That's an excellent to I beg. Don't write us. Write PenCom. Write to the Acting DG National Pension Commission and give us every detail. You don't need to put your name. Give us the name of the employer and give us the address and the details of that employer. If possible, you can visit us at 88 Oduduwa Crescent, GRA Ikeja. Either you send it to us by post or you come physically and submit it. We will take it from there. Thank you.
Another question from inside our WhatsApp. This one says very, very important question. He said, my pay slip, they show only waiting I they contribute and not waiting my employer they contribute. How I go take no say him they contribute and correctly too?
How you go no be say your retirement savings account from your PFA will tell you. You know what you collect by way of salary.
Okay.
You know what's supposed to be 8% of your monthly salary. I know what's supposed to be 10% of it. So employers supposed to contribute 10%. You 8%. 18% supposed to go to RSA every month. So if it is short of that 18%, it's tantamount to your incorrect remittance or non-remittance. So the same thing applies to the earlier caller. Fumi, just report, give us details of it. We will take it from there as well. Thank you.
All right, another person they tried to reach us for a telephone line. Hello, good evening. Who there for the air?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, bros?
Yeah, my name is Shego. I'm calling from my two.
From my two.
Yes.
Thank you.
I want to ask, I've been getting some alerts on my daddy's phone.
Alert.
So indicating that he was registered with a PFA.
Okay.
So I went to the PFA, the company's PFA, to ask how far. So they told me that I will have to get to the employer of my daddy. So I want to ask if it's possible. I don't know where he was employed and which PFA. I know the PFA, but I don't know the company that is remitting into the account. So how do I find that out?
Well, is your daddy alive or late? I need to know first why you are the one following up for your daddy. You need to know. Let me now base my answer on assumption from the question you
can do it from two ways. I'll
give it from two ways. Let's assume that your father is late, and you stumble into his retirement savings his RSA account. What you will do is that's what is called, everybody working is expected to have what is called next of kin with the PFA and the employer as well. Next of kin is who to contact in case of eventuality like death or sickness, as the case may be. So try and find out who is the next. Go to your father's employer and ask them for the record of who the next of kin is, and also go to the PFA also. Say who is the appointed next of kin, can now approach them, the person that will interface on behalf, because they will not deal with a stranger.
Yes, definitely.
If you are not the nominated next of kin, you are a stranger. That person will go and they will not give him the terms under which that can be accessed. But part of those terms will be there must be a will admitted to probate, or what is called letter of administration, which must also be gotten from the court. That will now detail out who are the beneficiaries under that arrangement, because no, you can't just everybody cannot just come and say they want to lay claim to what's in that account. So on that basis, the person who is the next of kin will go to the PFA and approach them, and they will now give him or her necessary conditions under which, but part of it must be evidence of death. I'm talking about death certificate and all the and all the likes, and maybe evidence that the person who actually died, if he was actually a Christian, if he was buried, maybe a burial service was conducted in the church. You collect all those things and all that. Fine, that's then. Did he die in service or did he die while still working? That's also equally important. If he died while working, that what is called group life insurance, which must also be processed and paid by the insurance company as part of the benefits that the family will collect. But if he died after in retirement, that will not apply. That's on the part of if the man is not dead, that is just missing. Let's assume he's missing. You cannot go to PFA and collect from the money if he's missing. There has to be a report. You must report to the employer, and the employer must report to PenCom. After 1 year of disappearance, there's a procedure for attending to cases of missing persons. They will say what is called board of inquiry will be set up to now do necessary formalities towards now treating that case as probably death, as the case may be. Thank you.
Not be small paperwork, they matter. Of course, I will just quickly enter inside this one. This one looks very, very interesting. And of course, good evening, Nigeria FM. My appointment was not terminated, but they refused to pay my salary after 3-4 years of working. So, I left the company for them. How can I get my pension? And moreover, I didn't know if there's any pension for me, because they do deduct my account every month. Because say, please, how do I, whether I call out your number, how can we reach you or more? This one matter.
Your case now a special one, because I need to ask a lot of questions, but for the benefit of our time, I won't want to be asking which period were you disengaged, which period did you work, which organization. What I'll say is that I'll give you our address details again. You visit us at your convenience, and we will now look more closely into your matter. So I repeat the details again. Number 88 Oduduwa Christian, GRA Ikeja, Lagos. Thank you.
All right, Jermaine, for all us, I don't understand. And of course, but as it be, I don't know whether this one they call pension fraud. But take a
Oliver first.
What's with this call?
Hello, good evening. Who there for our line?
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Who
they talk?
I want to ask you.
But what be your name first, bros?
Okay, my name is Charles.
From?
They call from Ojoju.
Okay, go on.
Yes. The man, the question when you sound. they ask him when he don't understand, when he don't answer. Then the issue of contribution. You know, waiting they talk now, issue of waiting if they not remit. That one be say you collect, you not remit to the PenCom. What of person will not collect at all? You not even collect from your workers. You're supposed to not collect. So what is there a penalty for that? Then secondly, this issue of getting the benefit. The thing they very, very true, but I don't know if they feel work about it because now when person don't get letters of administration finish, you don't carry and go meet the PenCom.
Okay.
They go first. After some time, they now come right again. Say, make you go get the person for work. Go find out who be the next of kin. When you go down place, those people tell you, say, they're not they deal with you directly. Unless the PenCom, now go right to them directly. Now, you now go back again. The PenCom now road. See, the thing, they're very, very cumbersome.
Okay.
To collect the money, the thing not easy. Which other thing they fit do to make it easy for the beneficiaries so that they fit collect the benefits of the person who don't die. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, make I answer the first one is that I think there is a mix up between contribution and remittance. There's one mistake people are making. When you talk about contribution is that employee contribution goes remitted into the RSA. And when you retire is when you say you want to collect. So the contribution is about what is due to be remitted into the RSA. So they are one and the same thing. So
no, I think what he's saying is that people don't they talk over and over. If anybody know they pay anybody know they collect pension from workers in an office, the worker get right
of course
to
now.
Go report the person.
Report.
Now I'm waiting in the
report. We've talked
about it, but it's good most of the talk and tell people they hear.
Once your employer fail to remit your contribution, failing to remit your contribution, that is both your own and his own, the employer must remit both 10% from his own position and 8% from you. Contribution of both parties.
And if you don't comply with
that one, then you have to report. You see the issue of the issue of death. You see, the point is that under death, there are lots of there are lots of things that the PFAs and the Commission has seen when it comes to the issue of access to benefit. We have seen 3 wives that comes to fight for the same benefit of one man.
Under one wheel.
They even get letter of administration from the same court. 3-4 different letter of administration from the same court. So care must be taken to ensure that you are dealing with the right person. So if the PFA is trying to establish the fact that the bona fide beneficiary person they deal with, even when you even come with what is called either will or the letter of administration, they also confirm from the court. It must be confirmed because there are lots of Oluwole RNG letter of administration.
So
the PFAs they are not being unnecessarily difficult, but they are just trying to ensure that the right person, no mago.
I like that.
The moment that money goes out to the wrong hand, the PFA now the headache be that the Commission will force them to pay the right person. So whatever you are asked to do, please, expeditiously, make sure you comply.
Nice one. We don't really get time, but let's one dash research card now. And of course, we don't get today. No, if we don't get research card, more we know. Next week, day. Because I'm free quick. We don't really get time. No time.
Okay.
No time.
We will give out research card list for next week. We'll continue. 9 mobile. The code. Then the numbers now 9068 57 24 97 94 559 hash. Then we get Airtel. The code, after the code, the numbers now 17 65 68 75 88 04 6380 hash. Then get NTN. Then the code, after the code 78 04 42 91 85 52 59 149 hash. Then the last one we give today na Flow. the code after the code 5548 34 25 91 59 360.
Everyone join us next week, 5 o'clock to 5:30. Better today for Inside This Retirement Matter. Very, very interesting program. Make it follow us. When they come back for the news.
My guy, the way your eye dey shine today so e be like say your office don dash you small money o.
E pass that level o. My state just put hand for the contributory pension scheme or CPS so Pepe go rest after I retire.
Guy, talk true.
Yes now, this CPS wey National Pension Commission PenCom dey supervise go give you ogbonge pension plan wey you and your office go dey pay small contribution to.
You sure?
Well.
But I hear say story dey always enter this kind matter once you don stop work na.
No be so again o, because with CPS, your money dey enter straight to your retirement savings account and na pension fund administrator when you choose by yourself go run am for you so story no go enter for front.
Correct.
Yes so, and now you get your retirement savings account for life even if you use I find another work.
Sharp guy, you no dey carry last at all.
And with the contributory pension scheme, you suppose feel sharp well like me.
I go like check if my state don join this kind matter o.
No shaking for that one. Just carry yourself online, go check
www.pencom.gov.ng.
Retirement matter, it concern you. Retirement matter, it concern me. Retirement matter, it concern everybody. Retirement matter, now we dey talk.
Join us on this station for Retirement Matter on Fridays by 5 to 5:30 p.m.
Retirement matter, now we dey talk.